Hey everybody, I want to give you an update on the DMC, some modifications that I've done to it. First, we're going to solve a mystery, hopefully, if you could help me out on this. Put these bars on, and the bars were a garage find. Unfortunately, they were my garage, which I have no idea where they came from or when I got them. Probably late 90s, I would imagine. Not really sure. But they were sitting around and I thought, hey, I'll slap those on it. I wanted a higher rise. Of course, I want Haro knee sabers, but you can't find them. They're out of stock everywhere. No telling when they're going to be back in. So I'm on the lookout for some. So if you know of any, anybody gets any in, let me know. I'm after some. I really want the chrome and turquoise to match the bike, but I'll take the chrome or the black or whatever they come up with. Anyway, so these things had these little extensions on here, and they were part of the tubing. I cut them off. So they look like that. I'm thinking maybe peregrine, possibly poverty, but I don't think poverty was around then. But I don't know. Anyway, I think the concept was that you could stand on these instead of, putting your foot here or, the double bar stand. Just a little bit lower on the bike. They are the anti-knee saver, obviously. Your knees will be hitting these all the time. But anyway, I cut these off, put the caps back on. The tubing is a little bit skinnier than the original Haro bars, but the rise is higher. So they feel pretty good. Not substantially an improvement, I would say, just different. Probably am going to hold out for some knee savers anyway, because I need something, beefier feeling. These things don't feel very beefy. Of course, the skinnier tubing, because they're old, they've been around for, a while. But anyway, swapped out the 1999 brakes that I put on there, which, if you remember, the DMC did not have front brakes at all. So I put 1999s on it, which is a traditional vertical side pull, regular caliper brake. So I put that on there, and it was good. Traditional braking power, but I wanted more, obviously, because I'm a bigger guy. It's harder to stop. So I thought, well, let's try everything. Probably try everything on the road to the inevitable Magura hydraulics, which will require quite a bit of modification and quite a bit of money, but I think it's kind of inevitable at this point. But anyway, so I've got a 19 or a 996 on it, which is the Dicomp Ombre brake. Also has the BR 990 Dicomp bracket to adapt that to give you the post down here without having to weld something on. So I shot this video already and showed you great detailed shots of all these parts, where they came from, all that kind of stuff. And then the audio was shot on the video because there's a bad cable or something, so I scrapped it. But I'll probably show you some of those close-ups so you can see the individual parts, in case you're wondering. This bracket's very beefy. It's at least 3/16 thick, and it's a solid chunk. It's a good piece of metal. A lot of guys will zip tie this bracket on just to keep it from, doing that. I hadn't had that issue yet, so we'll see. I'm not going to eliminate that option. I may slap some zip ties on it just to hold it in place, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to run this for a little while, see if I can't dial it in. There's obviously some special mojo involved in adjusting brakes that I don't have, but we'll give it a shot, see if I can make it work. So that is what is done here. I'll show you that install here with sound other than my voice, because it didn't work. Also, the next thing going on this bike will be the cabling on the rear side of the rotor. I want to get a little bit more length of pull, which I solved with the Shadow Conspiracy rotor here, being able to slip over the integrated headset, which was a little bit broader than most, but it slid right over there, give me more pull range up and down. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of range there, but now I am limited by the double to single cable assembly that's inside the rotor cable. So I'm going to eliminate that by adding this little device here. Let me get it closer for you so you can see, maybe. This also got, at the same time I got these brakes from Pork Chop BMX. Can't remember the brand, but it is a basically a double cable to single cable adapter. and I'll eliminate probably all the pull range on these adjustments because I don't need them. I've got them here and back here. But I'll get this thing to where I can get that full range and maybe open up some of the cable housing along the back. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to route, but it'll give me a little bit more pull range, and I'll still have the adjustability on either end with the rotor and the V-brake. So we'll see if that gets any better. The great grand goal of everything would be to have hydraulics front and back, but obviously this is what we're waiting on. So come on, engineers, make that happen. Yeah, hydraulic rotor would be ideal. But anyway, if you got any questions or comments, be sure to leave those. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And if you got any questions, definitely ask those, and we'll see if we can work through them. All right, appreciate it, guys.